Absolutely. Shortly before 4 o'clock this morning, Gwinnett County 911 was notified of a 3-vehicle collision at the intersection area of State Route 316 and Interstate 85. Within minutes, officers assigned to the Central Precinct responded to the scene. Gwinnett County Accident Investigation Unit was requested due to the severity of the collision. 5 people were found deceased at the scene, and 3 additional were transported to area hospitals in stable conditions. The Georgia Department of Transportation Hero and Champ units, Gwinnett County Fire personnel, and Willard Wrecker Service are assisting with various functions of the investigation. At this time, the ramps from State Route 316 westbound to I-85 southbound and to Pleasant Hill Road, along with the I-85 southbound collector distributor to Pleasant Hill Road, remain closed. Crews are working diligently to reopen these roadways as soon as possible. At this time, we are unable to release any of the identifying information for the parties involved until the next of kin can be notified properly. As this is an active investigation, we don't have any information as to what factors contributed to this collision.
Can you explain where this took place for people that don't know that area? Like, it's not actually on the southbound lanes, but it's more like, was it where the two merged together? Or like, is that an area where there's cars that merge together, or how does that work right there?
Yes, so the accident occurred starting from the State Route 316 westbound main ramp to I-85 southbound. One of the vehicles had gone over the wall, actually, and landed on the I-85 southbound collector distributor, which connects from I-85 southbound to Pleasant Hill Road.
How big of a difference is that? Is that like an overpass, or what is that?
So the ramp from 316 westbound is an elevated ramp. As far as an exact footage, I'm not aware, but it's I would say probably approximately a 50-foot drop.
And one of the cars went over?
Yes, sir.
And is that where all the fatalities, or do you know there were all the fatalities in one vehicle or multiple vehicles, or do you know any of the...
As far as I believe, all of the fatalities were involved in that vehicle. Like I said, there were 3 vehicles involved in the collision, and we do know that there are 3 survivors. I'm not sure of the exact number of occupants of each of the vehicles.
So we don't know yet if all 5 fatalities were from the one vehicle?
At this time, I can't confirm that.
Okay, and we don't have rough sexes, like say how many males, females, or any children, or juvenile, or...
Unfortunately, we don't have all that information yet, and we're withholding any personal identifying information until the next of kin are notified properly.
Okay, anything else, about how it... Can they figure out yet how it may have happened, or like they were merging there, or do you know anything about the circumstances yet, or?
All I can tell you is that where the vehicle went over the ramp is a bit before where the lanes actually come together, as it's still at an elevated platform. As far as what factors went into why the vehicle went over the wall, we don't know that yet.
But there were 2 other vehicles that didn't go over the wall, that were somehow involved before that.
Correct, yes. No, and not all, and as far as I know, at least one of the vehicles was on the lower portion on the collector distributor from 85 southbound. So as far as the circumstances of how each of those vehicles came into involvement for the collision, I don't have any details on that.
So besides the one that went over, there was one involved up on top and one that may have been hit it down below.
Correct.
Interesting. Anything else you clarify?
I just wanted to be clear here. So we have 5 fatalities. 3 were transported in stable condition.
Yes, sir.
Were there other people in any of these cars that were completely fine and not transported, or
As
does that add up to all of the people involved?
As far as I'm aware, everybody that was involved was transported to the hospital, just at least for evaluation. The only information I was given was that they were transported in a stable condition. As far as the extent of any other injuries other than the fatalities, I'm not specific on those details.
There would be 8 people.
8 total involved in all 3 vehicles.
Correct. 8 people involved within the 3 vehicles.
Thank you. I just wanted
Anything else we're missing, or we need to ask, or?
No, at this time we don't have anything else.
Do you know how long they're going to be out there, or doing any reconstruction, or how long they're going to take to open that? Or?
So the accident investigation unit is out there performing the initial steps for their reconstruction. They are hoping to have the roadway reopened, hopefully within the next hour to hour and a half.
Mid-morning or so we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you.